I don't know, y'all. I, I don't know what to say. I don't know even how to. First of all, man, it's your boy P Way with Proving Grounds. Did y'all? What did we just see? That's the question. What did we just see? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I literally didn't even get set up. I ran into my little area in the kitchen. I didn't even get my stuff because this what did we just see? We talking about amazing. We talking about football gods. We're talking about God Himself. We're talking about everything just went right at the right time. Colorado just defeated Baylor 38-31 in overtime. How do we get there? You guys explain. How did we get there? Just ridiculous, man. Just amazing. I have a video. I want you guys to check out. I already talked about how this was a must win for Colorado. This was a must win game. If you look at their schedule, this is one of the ones they had to have, and they found a way. I mean, this is going to be a confidence booster for them. This is going to be a heck of a confidence booster because that was, man. What did we just watch? I mean, guys, let's first of all the play. Let's talk about the play, right? It's let's see how we first. Let's talk about how we got there. All right, I'm pulling up the stats right now. Shador Sanders had 341 yards for 2 touchdowns. Travis Hunter went for 7 receptions for 130 yards, which was amazing. And then, Old Miller, he had 71 yards on that remarkable play before the half. Look at that. Like, so many things had to go right. That remarkable play in Western, 4 receptions for 68 yards and a touchdown. Let's talk about that play. I was very, 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 very upset that Coach Prime decided to go for it. It was what 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They went for it on that 4th and 8, and they didn't convert. I feel like you have to punt the ball there. You have to punt the ball, and then that put them in that position for Baylor to go down and score. Right? We have to admit that Coach Prime really effed up bad. Okay, we got to admit that, guys. It's very clear that he did not coach his best game. But nevertheless, they get the ball back. Shador's out there running for his life. He scrambles. I think he completes a pass. He throws it deep. It hits Shepard right in his hands, and he drops it with 2 seconds left. Right in his hands, and he drops it with 2 seconds left. Even right then, I said, "Wow!" Like, wow. They had it one on one, and Shepard dropped it. The game is over. The game is over. That was the best shot they're going to get. And then the next play, you got to think about the fact that Wester is the smallest receiver by far. He is the last person you're going for on a Hail Mary. The last person. But because the O line, they did a lot of pressure on the right side. They made him roll out left. And the only person that was in the end zone when Shador looked up was Wester. And they teach you when you're throwing a Hail Mary, always give your receiver just a chance. Just give him a chance. Is it likely that they're going to catch it? No. It's highly unlikely. But give them a chance. And that's what happened. And then Wester made the catch to put the game in overtime. That was remarkable, y'all. What we saw was remarkable. And what happened even next is even more remarkable. Travis Hunter. At this point, the Heisman talks are more than serious. At this point, is it's becoming a little bit ridiculous if he's not in that 1, 2, 3 conversation by far. By far. We get into overtime. Colorado puts a good drive together. They go to the run game and they get in the end zone. Baylor comes. They start to move the ball. They give it to their running back on the last play. He finds his way through the middle. And who is left? Just him and Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter, being he's not the biggest guy, gives everything he has. Everything he has. And at the right moment, puts his shoulder pad square on the football. Baylor fumbles. The ball goes to the end zone, and they win the game. You're gonna have to. We're gonna have to switch the conversation when it comes to Travis Hunter now. We're gonna have to definitely switch the conversation from last game with the pick and the touchdowns, from his first game with three touchdowns, and then this one with a forced fumble and locking down his receiver the whole game, and then having over 100 yards of receiving. It's getting a little bit. It's getting a little bit much that he is the Heisman right now in college football. He's the front runner. Man, this was a heck of a game. Um, I told you guys before. Go check out my last video. I said that clearly Baylor has a great defense. I told you guys that their skill positions, they're just as good as Colorado. They have a lot of good guys on their skill positions. What's going to win this game is the defensive offensive line and the offensive line. Lucky enough, the offensive line didn't play great, but they did just enough in the run game. They did just enough. They did just enough for them to prevail. I'm disappointed in Coach Prime's play calls a little bit this game. His clock management. Even at the end, when there was 18 seconds left and they got a first down, he calls a timeout. You can't call a timeout there. You can't call a timeout there. The play's already stopped. The time already stops. Why are you calling another timeout? Now, it luckily worked out, but we're going to have to be honest. Coach Prime's clock management is not very good this game. It was not very good at all. And that's a repeated thing with him. Going forward on that 4th and 8 was not a good call. We got to be honest. But his team, they definitely looked out. I thought Baylor could have took a little bit more shots on the man coverage defense of Colorado. I think they kind of exposed some things. And, even with the shots they took, though, the quarterback was kind of overthrowing some balls. So it could have got away from them. But nevertheless, Colorado pushed through. We've got to, on the defensive side, Silman Craig. We got to start putting respect on the heart that he showed today. I don't know how many tackles he has. I actually want to find out how many tackles he had, because I'm pretty sure it had to be north of 10 tackles. I mean, he was flying all over the field. He was a disruptor today. Silman Craig needs his respect. He played an hell of a game. The defensive line stepped up. They did a much better job on their running game when it counted. They did a great job with pass rushing. Guys, the Colorado is an improved team, and they showed that today. Because if this was them from last year, there's no way that they win this game. Guys, if you're just hopping on, go ahead and like. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm following the bus all season, and I got much more content. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Proving Grounds, I'm here right after the game. I got my dinner hot. Didn't even eat dinner yet. I got to talk to you guys about this. Because that was unbelievable. Shador. Shador's play style is a gift and a curse sometimes. It's a gift and a curse. Very accurate, has a sneaky athleticism to him. He looks almost like he looks for the deep ball first and works his way down, which can be good and bad. But Shador, he improvises, sometimes too much. You know, it's not good for a quarterback to keep dropping back because you're creating lanes for their edge rush. A gift and a curse. But sometimes he can pull out some magic. Sometimes he can pull out some magic. That's not going to work on the next level. But hey, like I said, it's a gift and a curse. It worked today when they needed it the most. I mean, just remarkable. What we just witnessed, guys. I know I was like a lot of you. I thought the game was over. I thought there was no way. And then Wester came up with the catch of the year. The catch of the year. Of just being a receiver and playing the ball. And shout out to Shador for giving someone a chance. Just give him a chance. I didn't think Shador can honestly, I didn't think he was going to be able to reach the end zone. I was like, can he even throw that far? You know, his long balls sometimes trail a little bit low, if you haven't noticed. So I was very impressed with that play, man. They saved Coach Prime's decision to go forward in the fourth, to go forward on that 4th and 8. Then he also saved Coach Prime's decision to call a timeout with 18 seconds left when the time stopped. They saved him today. Man. We got to give another shout out to this defense, to Colorado's defense, because they're much improved. They're better tacklers. Their linebacker play and their D line are tremendously better from last year. Tremendously better. These guys were physical. They were stopping the run. I like Bentley and Hill Green. Excellent linebacker play today. Preston, he's gonna have to work, with quick receivers, but that's what happens when you're playing man to man. And nickel is the toughest position as a corner. You got so much area to cover, but he did the best he could. McKinney, he had a rough game today. I know this is one he's gonna, look at the film and want to improve on. He had the ball called on his side. They obviously said we're not throwing it to Travis. Leave him alone. Let's work on McKinney. Let's throw some shots and let's work on Preston. That was their game plan for Baylor. And then running the ball. So heck of a performance by Colorado, man. It's the willpower. It's the faith. And that's Coach Prime's greatest asset as a coach is motivation. He's a motivational coach. The passion and emotional coach of pushing his team and trying to get the best out of his players. And they didn't cave in. They simply gave everything they had and they pushed through and beat Baylor in overtime. Man, oh man, oh man. What a game, guys. Like I say, if you're just tuning in, go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, guys. What an amazing game we just saw. This was an amazing day of college football, period. The games that were on today was crazy. And to get it in with this nightcap of a game was tremendous. We'll go over the stats one more time for the people that just came in. Shador Sanders, 341 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had a touchdown run as well. Michael Welch had 9 carries for 22 yards and 2 touchdowns. Omarion Miller, 2 receptions for 71 yards and a touchdown. LaJohntay Wester, 4 receptions with 68 yards and a touchdown. And Travis Hunter with 7 receptions for 130 yards. Man, oh man. They're still collecting the totals for defense. I know Silman Craig had to have 10-plus tackles. There were a couple sacks in the game, which is big for this defense for Colorado. That's something that's been missing. The linebacker play was great. The corner play was average. They definitely can improve, but that's just the scheme that we're in. They lived by the sword and died by the sword. They said, we're going to play man-to-man. Our athletes are better. And they took a couple hits. Coaching for Colorado was, I would say, a C. I think Baylor actually coached a little bit better this game, and Colorado's discipline, which usually bites them. They let that special teams big play and a couple of holding calls. This was Seaton's worst game. He had a tough game today. He was going against a tough DN who was very feisty, very sharp. So, but none of that matters when you win. None of that matters when you win. The Colorado Buffs have found a way to win again, man. They found a way to win. They're 3-1 on the season. I'm looking at it, and I think this team can reach the bowl game. I think that's the height for them. I think if they use this game now and use the motivation and this booster, that they can go to a bowl game because they're now in Pac-12 play. Excuse me, Big 12 play, and I can see it with their schedule is tough. The schedule is tough, but they can sneak out a couple wins. They can sneak out a couple wins, and they needed this game. I told y'all guys before, this game was a must-win for Colorado. When you're looking at their schedule, they had to beat, they had to win this game. And actually, their next game versus what's it, UCF is a must-win as well. So, man, the willpower, everything worked out for them at the right time. MVP goes to Wester. It goes to Hunter. It goes to Selman Craig. It goes. I mean, the team just made plays when you have to make plays. Period. Travis Hunter, man. Travis Hunter. He's like I said. Please understand that he is a Heisman frontrunner. You can't have a two-way player going over 100 yards, getting picks, forced fumbles, and then going for 3 touchdowns on the offense. Like what are we doing here, man? We got it. We got to put some respect on this guy, this athlete. I think because we haven't seen nothing like this before, they're kind of like, oh, they forgot about Desmond Howard way back in the day. Travis Hunter is for sure the Heisman front runner. Just understand what he's doing. Colorado Buffs have to be thanking everyone that they have escaped with this win. They did deserve it. They did pull it through, but there were a lot of things that went right with them at the right time. They still don't have to prove on that offensive line. Shador's getting hit too much. Shador's getting hit too much. If it continues to go like this, he will not finish the season just like last year. It's just way too much punishment on the quarterback. And that's both the O line's fault and his fault. He holds onto the ball too long. He drops back too much sometimes. Sometimes you got to learn to just throw the ball away and make it the next play. But they won the game. They won the game. I'm impressed by this team, especially with Hayden being out at running back, for them to persevere and push through. They ran the ball better. I'm impressed by the receiving core. I was a little disappointed in Shepard today. Shepard was pretty much on lockdown. But, Baylor's pass defense, it was no secret they're the best pass defense right now, I think, in college football, as far as yards wise. They played a heck of a game. I told y'all before on my previous video that Baylor's defense has great athleticism. I said they kind of look like Colorado receiving core, but on the defensive side. Slim built, they can run and they can cover. They coach very well. They know how to sneakily hold at the right times. And you saw that made it tough for Colorado today. But we got to give credit to once Travis Hunter went crazy in that first half to just keep the team in the game. And then Omarion Miller came and put the cape on, just like he did last year versus USC. Out of nowhere, he has that big catch and runs for a touchdown right before the half. It's just all these sequence of events that left Colorado right there to capture a win. Everything had to go right. Omarion makes that good play. They go into halftime. They come back out. They score another touchdown. And then it goes into the fourth quarter. Coach Prime decides to go for it on 4th and 8, which was a bad call. You punt the ball. Your defense was doing well at that point. That sets up Baylor to go score a touchdown. Then that puts the pressure right back on Colorado. I think they only had a one timeout left that last possession. With they work their way up, 18 seconds left on the clock. They get a first down. Coach Prime calls another timeout when the time just stopped. Another bad call. So now you're giving your offense 2 plays to get in the end zone. Shador rolls out, throws it deep to Shepard. Shepard's one-on-one, pushes off the guy, and the ball, I think, hit his face mask. Hits his hands. He drops it. He catches that. It's a walk-on touchdown. Then there's 2 seconds left on the clock. All the will. Everybody's in awe. They can't believe that Will Shepard even had a chance to catch the ball and win the game. Next play goes. They create pressure from the right side. Shador rolls out left, looks down and sees his smallest receiver. Looks down and sees the last guy he wants to throw it to on a Hail Mary. Doesn't see Travis, doesn't see Will. You probably want to go to Horn next, then Wester. Launches it, gives Wester a chance. Does what you're supposed to do, gives him a chance. And Wester comes down and catches the ball. Colorado goes to overtime. Just for them to go down, score a touchdown. Like I said, all these things happening was just crazy. They go down, score a touchdown overtime. Just for Baylor to go all the way down, get into the red zone, run the ball, get to the goal line, and Travis to create a forced fumble to seal the game. That's a game for the books right there. That's a game for the books. Listen, guys, for you hopping on. I appreciate everybody. I see all the movement. Thank you guys for viewing this. I'm going to go look at the tape. I'm going to come back with another post-game analysis of everything that happened today, because a lot of the things we need to talk about between the offensive line, between the coaching, between the athletes that played. But if you haven't yet, please go ahead and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm bringing that heat. I'm consistently following the Buffs all year. I'm on live at halftime talking with you guys and immediately after the game. It's much love. Much love, y'all. And peace. This is P. Weber Proving Grounds. Signing out.